play that. Go. Yay!
Yes.
Oh,
this is
so
exciting.
Cool. So it's exciting. So here we are on Digital Dots Live, and I have the wonderful guest Veronica Jeans. We got our times mixed up a little bit because we live on the completely opposite end of the spectrum. So
I know, right? So
we're here.
I'm on now.
Yay, yes, we're on now.
Exactly.
So it's really, really cool. So I'm really, really, really excited about having Veronica here because we're going to be talking about Instagram shopping and Shopify. But before we dive into the comments and the topic and everything else, just want to tell you a little bit of housekeeping. So if you're watching us, we're actually live streaming across multiple channels. So we're using Restream to live stream today. And what we've done is we've used their newest feature called Restream Pairs. And what that's enabled us to do is that it's enabled Veronica to go live through her social channels and me go live on my social channels. So instead of me going, say, like to 5 channels and then Veronica joining me in my studio, Veronica's gone in her studio and we're broadcasting to, I think there's 10 different social channels or even 12. So it's a massive way of you multiplying your views. So we'll do another video on this at another time, but we're going to go into what we're doing. But before we do, I just want to say hello to everybody. So if you are joining me, do let us know that you're here and we can see the chat and we can say hello. So someone just said interesting. Yeah, so if you're looking at us in an Instagram, in a Facebook group, what you need to do is there needs to be a link. So I'm going to just pop the link in my comments, and if you I need to put it in the wrong one. Sorry, let me just grab the link. So basically what I want to do is I want to copy the link, and when you click on it, you can actually, I can see who it is. So if you, for the time being, if you write your name next to your comment, then I can actually respond to you. So we've got lots of people here. So we've got someone in a group here saying hi. So if you just come back in and tell us who it is, then Veronica and I can say hello to you properly, and which is super awesome. So you're fine. Oh, I think that might be Gayle. Yes, I am very well, thank you. So for those of you who don't know, I race BMX bikes and I had a little accident in my practice about 4 weeks ago and I broke my shoulder. So, but it's averagely fine. So I want to say hello to everyone, and then I'm going to introduce Veronica because she's so kindly jumped in a little bit earlier than she planned, but that's fine. So hey, Victoria, hey, Melanie, and we've got Restream. That's the chat that I'd like you. So if you see that in your group come up in the comments, just click it. Just helps me to see who it is that we're talking to, but it's not like a major thing. If if I don't see it, just put your name. Oh yeah, it is Gayle. I told you it was Gayle, Veronica. So that's Gayle, artist. So that's great. Okay, perfect. Right. So I want to introduce you, Veronica, before we really go full on, because I actually got your bio up. So hopefully I will not. I've been onto your website and I've got your bio up, and I want to just give you a real proper introduction, which is great.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, so Veronica Jeans is the Shopify success queen and best-selling international author. And the reason I've asked Veronica on today is because she is the Shopify queen and she is amazing. So she's got 35 years experience, extensive experience helping e-commerce business owners grow in the digital marketplace, from startups to brick and mortar stores that want to start their own online outlet for an additional revenue. For example, Veronica helped Susan build her retail business from $250,000 to nearly $1 million plus in 2021. That's an amazing outcome. So well done, Veronica. So Veronica's got a new book called Shopify Made Easy. It's on Amazon's best-selling list, and it delivers a comprehensive and detailed methodologically how to set up your own online store correctly. She's also now produced a workbook and checklist to complement the book, and both of them are available on Amazon. So hopefully Veronica will be able to share the link to that a bit later, and we can pop it in here. A little fun fact about Veronica: she's living life on a boat. So in 2011, she sold up with her husband Roy and decided to sell all their things and put them into storage. And they've moved on to a 1976 46-foot Hatteras boat, yacht, to be exact. And so that's Veronica. So
yes,
say hi, Veronica. Hi, Veronica.
Hi, yes, so I'm actually on my boat right now. So it's very, very, I love living on my boat because I'm surrounded by water and I really like it. And we're getting the boat ready to actually go cruising in the Bahamas and the islands and up the East Coast. Yes, so my husband is very busy fixing stuff, and then I'm the person that sews all the covers and stuff.
Oh,
in between.
Okay, brilliant. So we're going to be doing this live, talking about Instagram and shopping. And the reason that Veronica's here is because Shopify is one of the approved e-commerce platforms that we can use on Instagram. And when I say approved, it just means that the integration is much easier if you use one that Facebook recognizes. And if you are on Twitter, so we're live streaming to Twitter. Both Veronica and I are live streaming to Twitter at the moment. But if you want to try out the new Twitter Spaces, both Veronica and I are going to be inside Twitter Spaces at 7:30. So in 2 hours' time, Veronica, just so you know, and I will text you a bit earlier.
Okay, yes.
And we're going to be talking about this live in there. So if you want to come in and you want to ask us the questions and actually be there and able to talk to us, then you'll be able to do that then. Okay, so I'm going to move on to the content of the day, and then we will, if you've got any questions, then just drop them in and we will, go for it. So Instagram shopping and Shopify. So this is the second episode of my new Digital Dots Live. And what we're going to be discussing today is what is Instagram shopping and who is it for? So Veronica, do you want to give us your version of what, who is it for? Why should we be using it? And then I will add in a little bit as well.
Okay. Yeah, Instagram is very interesting. I mean, if you first of all, you need to know where your clients are, because if they're not on Instagram and they're maybe on TikTok or somewhere else, that's where you need to be lurking, not on Instagram. But I think, and also it's part of the demographic, who of your clients is on Instagram, who's posting, who's connecting with you, and that's where your store should be, and all your products as well. And what else? That's it really. I mean, basically is be where your clients are. But on the other hand is, I'm getting a cup of tea. On the other hand, I'm at the tea part. And so on the other hand is, you have to be on different platforms nowadays. And that's, Anita, with this digital dot thing is so true, is don't just be on one platform. Find other people that you can maybe on other platforms that you can maybe connect with your products. You just never know, because people go from Instagram to Facebook because they've got people on Facebook. They go to Pinterest because they are putting a board together, or they're going to LinkedIn because whatever they're doing on LinkedIn, right? And so you need to be on different platforms so you have different types of customers.
Yeah, that's right. So one of the reasons I wanted to talk about Instagram specifically is because it integrates with Facebook quite well. So basically, you're getting 2 for 1 in a way. Yes. A lot of people don't realize that Instagram is owned by Facebook. So they did take ownership of it a few years ago now. And over the last couple of years, what's happening is that they're starting to seamlessly connect the two together. And what happens with it is it's making it a lot easier for creators and people who sell deliverable items to sell. So we're all on Instagram, and we know that Instagram is quite hard to sell on because Instagram is a one link platform. So when I talk about one link, I mean that you've only got the bio link. So most people just have a link to their bio and they go, okay, go to my website. It's really hard to sell a specific product if that's all you've got. But if you use Instagram shopping, what you can actually do is you can actually tag those products in a lot of the different areas in Instagram. And that's where Shopify comes in really well, because Shopify is an approved e-commerce platform. So is a lot of other things like WooCommerce. And there's Magenta and there's other things as well. But we're talking about Shopify today because Veronica's a Shopify queen and I'm really good at Instagram. So we're just mapping the two together.
Yes.
So, and I've got some examples. I've actually got my phone up and we're going to share my phone. I'm going to show some examples of a couple of my clients who have just started to use Instagram shopping and how they can tag their products on Instagram shopping so that people can actually buy from them at the same time, which is super, super cool. So we're going to get to that in a second. So Instagram as a platform allows you to sell what I would call in-app. So in other words, someone can see your product. So you put a post up, you'll look at the product and there'll be like a little dot which says like there's a product. So you click on it and it will say, see the product. You click on it, it opens up your Instagram shop. You can actually look at the product inside of Instagram and actually make the purchase as if you're in the Instagram app, which is so easy. You've got no worry about sending them to your website and they have to search for all these pages to find where the product is. You know, that's not having your dots connected. That's your digital dots are completely disconnected. If you send somebody from your social media post just to your homepage because you've lost them right there and then. It's like going into a supermarket and saying, where's the bread? And the shop assistant saying, I don't know.
Yes. And also what happens is a lot of people don't want to go off the platform to get to your website. They're like, I'm in here and I'm having fun here. Don't tell me to go somewhere else.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, that's why it's very bad I would say you probably lose 25 to 35% of customers just by sending them off your website. They have to be really, really want your product to want to do that. Yeah. And so yes, absolutely, Instagram shopping makes it possible. And then let me chime in here with Shopify. So
I'm going to put that up now. What is Shopify? There you go. I've got my little icon ready.
Yes. So Shopify is really it's a complete platform. So if you're thinking about WordPress is a platform, WooCommerce is a platform, Shopify is literally a website, a blog, and a shopping cart all in one. And you then from Shopify, you can connect to other marketplaces. And Shopify is your business. Nobody can shut it down. Nobody can control it. You are in control. And, we had that one day of Facebook was down, Instagram was down. Instagram was down as well, right?
Yeah. Everything was down. Well, basically,
everything was down.
Facebook owned. This is why I wanted to do this, because Facebook owned Instagram. Facebook runs Messenger. Facebook runs WhatsApp. When Facebook went down a couple of weeks ago, evereveryone was like, "Oh my God, I can't do anything." So they just lost the plot, and billions was lost, wasn't it?
Yeah. So here's the thing: is that if you had an Instagram store or a Facebook store connected, actually in Facebook or in Instagram, you couldn't do orders. You couldn't get to your orders. You couldn't get to your customers. You couldn't get to anything. So that's where you have Shopify. Nobody can say, "Hey, we're closing down for the day here, so you can't manage your business," right? And that was just such proof that do not put your eggs into that one little basket where somebody can say, "Hey, you cannot put this. You cannot shop. You can't have a business here." They can literally close your business down because of some violation of their rules and regulations, and then you cannot connect to anybody on Facebook, right? No. It'll take you months. I've had one little skincare lady was in Facebook ads jail for 6 months. She could not run any ads, and so that's what it's like if you had a shop in the actual system. And again, that's why you should have your own, whether it's Shopify or WooCommerce or whatever the other ones are,
Magenta, right? Or any of those ones.
Whatever, right?
Yeah, you need your own website. And
yes.
And the good point about Shopify, which is what Veronica was saying, is that because it's so, you've got that's your entity. So a website is yours, you know. So, and Shopify now has integrated into lots of things. So even if you've got a WordPress website and you're not 100% sure you want to use WooCommerce, you can actually get a Shopify plugin for your WordPress now. And if you're hosting a course somewhere and you want merchandise to go alongside your course, you can integrate Shopify into your course. So for example, I use Thinkific to host my digital lab and tech school, which is a membership that you can join, and you can come and ask me questions and Q&As all week, you know, all day long, so you don't get stuck and you don't get held back by all those hurdles. But I could sell merchandise on there using a Shopify store. So that's why it's so important, like you say, to have that standalone thing. So tell me about a little bit more about Shopify, Veronica. So if you've got a Shopify store and you've integrated it into Instagram, you obviously can integrate it into other places, like, you know, put the links in here and everything else. So is it easy? Like, is it an international product? Is it easy to manage? You know, tell us a little bit about how it works.
So I mean, you can, if your guys are, a lot of you guys are in the UK. So if you have in a UK store, you can then sell from anywhere, right? You have an international store, you can sell from Shopify as well. In fact, that is why I found Shopify 10 years ago, maybe, because I wanted to create a store in Africa, and they were the first ones to actually have an international capability to the actual platform. And that's why they're so big right now, because a lot of people jumped in at that stage and created that. So, and then, then you have to have your payment options on there. It's so easy. You don't have to have, your merchant accounts or anything like that. You just click of a button and you connect it. That's what makes Shopify so easy. And then you can then sell to any of the other marketplaces. You can connect to hi, Gabe's here. Hi, Gabe.
Gabe's here. He shared it. I know. He's been amazing today. I just want to actually give a quick shout out for Gabe, because he's actually created this catalogue of all the live streams today. So it's something new. I think it's new that he does. I'm not sure. It's the first time I've seen it. So he's done this whole catalogue of all the live streams that are happening today, and he put this on there, and he's had so many people sharing it and having a look at it and everything. So I just want to say, thank you so much, because it's so hard as creators to get out there. I know you see us on the lives a lot, but we have to do a lot of work in the background to get those things shared and things. So if somebody does this for us, we are very, very grateful. So thank you so much for sharing that. So I want to say that. But thank you.
Yes. So back to Shopify. And so once you have your Shopify store, you can connect with Amazon, for instance. And then you sell your products in Amazon. All your orders come through Shopify. You can connect to your Etsy store. All your orders come through, and all your inventory then gets connected to the Shopify store and the platform that you're on. Again, I've had somebody that was on Etsy, for instance, and they got shut down in the middle of the night, and $150,000 business was done, finished. They couldn't get back on it from one day to the next. So I think somebody's controlling. If you are, and this is marketplaces, Amazon, eBay, Etsy, Instagram, Facebook, any of these places you have to sell to, because that's where all the customers are. You can imagine, and the way I explain it is, imagine having some shelf space at one of the UK stores, at one of the big UK stores. Tell me.
Okay. Well, TK Maxx, but I think you have that where you are.
Yes. I think we do, actually.
Okay.
But yes. So imagine having a piece of shelf on at TJ Maxx, and that is what you are actually getting by being in these virtual marketplaces. You are just renting the space, and you're borrowing their customers so you can sell more. So obviously you have to be in these marketplaces. And one of the other things is Pinterest. So, and I don't think Pinterest is so big overseas. I've actually read that somewhere. Is huge here in America. Is you have buy buttons everywhere. So everywhere you actually have your products, you have a buy button. And as Anita says, in Instagram, connect your image to the product in Shopify, and then you get a little basket at the top. So it says, hey, this image is shoppable, and then when they click on the image, it actually takes them to the checkout page in Shopify. So they technically don't go anywhere. They don't really move anywhere, but they just move to a checkout, which is also on Facebook, right? They move to checkout. So it's the same action. If you wanted, So if you wanted the checkout to be on Facebook or Instagram, you can do that as well through Shopify. But I don't recommend that. I just said, is the shipping, if you do not ship or answer your customer straight away, Facebook and Instagram can actually cancel your order. You know that?
Okay, so we want to keep it positive a little bit.
No, but it's all positive. But you got to
it is positive. But what I think,
be aware of this is what happens.
Yeah,
you are controlled in these marketplaces.
Exactly.
But you have to be aware of that, because I had they were just opening up Facebook Marketplace, and my puzzle lady went on it, and she completely forgot about it. We connected, we were in beta, and we were all happy. And then she had these orders. She had 11 orders, but they canceled a couple of her orders because she didn't react fast enough. But she did get extra orders, right? I mean, that's the point. You give extra orders.
Yeah, you do. And I think that Gabe's got a question, which I'm going to put up in a second. But I want to really, really say that is that don't put all your eggs in one basket, because I help people learn how to use Instagram and connect the dots and things like that. And I'm also, I do quite a lot, but I help you connect the dots basically so that your workflows work. And one of the things that we're looking at teaching people at the moment is how to create a course. And a lot of people have their courses in Facebook, because they try it out, in Facebook groups, because it's free and it's easy. But when they went down a couple of weeks ago, everybody was like, all my clients who are waiting for me to run this course going, oh my God, am I going to do everything that's in there? I can't get it. And it's the same with the shopping. You have to have a place that you own, because all these social media platforms are great. They are absolutely amazing at helping us grow our businesses. We wouldn't be able to do it without it. We'd be back to the pen and paper and sending flyers and walking the streets. And I remember when I was a teenager, I used to do a job where I put flyers through the door.
I know, right?
Flyers for like half a year flyer. I mean, geez, that must have been crackers. Just out there all day for nothing. But that's what we used to do. So now we have all this great facilities that we can use, all these digital things that we can use. But we must remember not to put all of our eggs in one basket. And we do need to have our own online space. So when we're talking about our own online space, we're talking about own the domain name. So you can buy your domain name through Shopify, or you can buy your domain name through any URL one, like 123reg or one-on-one, any of those hosting.
Domain.com, Namecheap, there are so many.
Get a hosting. That's yours then. The only person that can take that away is if you don't pay for the domain or the hosting. That's the only thing that will stop it.
Yes.
And then you have everything. So that's where your main bit is. And then you have all these touch points. So all these different digital dots connecting up and coming back to the same place. That's the idea. Okay. So Instagram shopping is one of those touch points where you can
absolutely
reach out to people and they can see your products, and they make it easy for you as long as you toe the line and do as you're told, because that's basically what happens. And if it doesn't work, you don't get any comeback from them. They control everything. So if it doesn't work, you've still got your own place that people can come to. So I just want to quickly answer this question, and we've got lots of people saying that here Antoinetta's here, so I want to say hello to Antoinetta. Lisa was just there. We've got Gabe was here, of course. There's quite a few people joining, which is absolutely fantastic. So Gabe's joined us from over on LinkedIn, and he's got a question for you. So if I wanted to create a Shopify store and market gear for live streaming, Veronica, I would connect it to my Amazon Marketplace.
Yes, absolutely. And so, yes.
He said yes.
So all your orders are controlled in Shopify, but then you see you have your gear in Shopify. Now you can put it onto Facebook automatically, put it onto Instagram automatically, put it on, in fact, Shopify and YouTube are talking about connecting Shopify to YouTube. So when you have a video and you're talking about your products, yes. So they were talking about it, I think, the beginning of the year. And, these things evolve very slowly.
So I know they've joined forces with one company, because I know, because I've got, because my YouTube channel, I'm in the partner program, because for those of you who didn't know, you can come and join me on my YouTube. I'm trying to hit the 5,000 mark. I'm nearly 4,500. I want to hit 5,000. But they use one company that you can sell merchandise through, but it's not Shopify. It's a different company. So if you can get a brand like Shopify to actually link up to YouTube, that would be absolutely awesome.
I know, right? I know. So maybe they lost out. Who knows? They were talking about it. Maybe they went with another company. But also, for instance, Vimeo connects to Shopify. So if you create a video on Vimeo, you actually can pull it into your product pages now as well, which I've discovered, which is absolutely fabulous. So, I mean, creating videos is such an important thing these days, right? So yes, it says option connect with my website for services I offer rather. So
no, I think it's different for Antoinetta, because Antoinetta is holistic, so she does oils and aroma, but she offers a lot more services. So is it an option to connect with my website for services? You could do, but Stripe is different. So let's just quickly explain what Stripe is a transaction. So it's a company that takes a transaction. Yeah. So it's basically like Barclaycard or MasterCard. Yes. They handle the payment portal through. Yes. So at the moment, I'm actually building Antoinetta's website. But you could put, if you wanted to, you could have a standalone Shopify store that links in as a plugin into your WordPress site. But it's different to Stripe. Stripe is what you would call your payment portal. So it's different. Stripe's different to PayPal.
Yeah. So actually, Shopify Payments, which I have no idea why they call it Shopify Payments, because it's really got nothing to do with Shopify. That just made it really, really easy to connect to a payment process. But actually, Stripe is Shopify Payments.
Yeah, they're the same. Yeah, that's right. You can use
the same. Yeah,
it's the same.
Actually, I sell my services on my Shopify store.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
I mean, you can sell anything.
You can
downloads, you can ebooks. I sell all my books on Shopify. So it's a versatile shopping platform. Whatever you can sell, you can sell. So yes, I can integrate my Vimeo video. Yes, I know, right? It's so exciting.
Just to say though, that with Instagram shopping, so if we go back to like the original thing, Instagram shopping, you can only sell deliverable products through Instagram shopping.
I know. Facebook and Instagram. So so you actually have a choice. So in Shopify, you can say, I don't want to sell these products on Amazon. Because
so you can choose where you sell it. Yeah,
exactly. Because none of I've just whipped everything through Facebook, and then Facebook came back and said these are not allowed. So
that's right.
That's what happens because But apparently Facebook they're talking about allowing us to sell services online.
Yeah, they should, because I think it's really hard as a service provider to sell on social when you don't have that integration where you can sell, because you, like you say, you don't want people to keep going off the platform. You want them to be able to transact in the platform, and it makes it much easier. So it makes a big difference. So Antosh is saying, so I would need both. I would sell my programs, memberships, and one-to-one on
another ad.
Yeah. Well, so basically, what I'm doing for Antoinetta is actually using Calendly to sell a lot of her workshops, because actually Calendly, which is an app so basically what Calendly does is it's a way of you booking in a call.
Yes.
And they have increased what they do. So you can take payments through Calendly. So you can either take PayPal or Stripe. And you can also have workshops. So you can book groups. So you can set a group of up to, say, 10 people. You set the date, and it allows 10 people to book in and make the payment. So that's how we're working it around.
Wow.
So we only have one. Cool. Yeah, so we have one way of people booking with Antoinetta. So she'll have one event, which is her one-to-ones. We have one event where she has her free calls, and then we have our group sessions where they book in the session. and then you have 10 people pay for that session. It all goes through Stripe. She gets notified, they get notified, and everything comes together at the same time. So really, really versatile. We've connected the dots really differently in there, and that's something that's another day's video probably.
Yes. So what I've done is, and you can have a look at my website for my courses. I've created products for my basic one-on-ones or courses and everything. Obviously, I have a sales page as well. But what I've done is, if it's a subscription, I've actually created a free subscription on PayPal, grab the button from PayPal and put it into my website. So now I can have people subscribe to whatever group or membership I have,
Yeah.
So, I mean,
there's
different ways to.
there is loads of different ways, and I think it has to work for you as well, because I sell my membership and my courses through Thinkific. It all just goes through, and I sell my one-off courses, and everything goes through there. And now Shopify integrates with Thinkific. When I start selling my pineapples and my pineapple mugs, I will be able to put that into my Thinkific store as well, which is great.
Yes.
So that actually moves us on to the next question, which is, why would you turn on Instagram shopping if you are a small creator using Instagram to reach a wider audience? Because I think this is a really interesting question, because a lot of my membership members are people who create their own products and they're selling them. So they're quite small creators. They're learning how to, get out there. So they've got their own. And actually, Melanie, who I'm going to use as the example, has got a Shopify store. So she's got a Shopify store. She's integrated it into Instagram, and she's selling her products on Instagram. And that's how she's reaching a wider audience, because she's making it easier for them to transact while she's in there. So I'll ask you first. So why would you think that, like, smaller creators and people who are, those crafters,
I've got so many crafters, and that have a Shopify store, and I've literally have people that have one product, right? Or you have 5 products. It doesn't really matter. It's just the matter of where you actually have the nexus of your business that you control instead of somebody else. But so once you're in Shopify, to get to that wider audience on Instagram, is you just connect the dots, right?
Yes, you said it.
Right. And so then you don't just use Instagram. Now you can actually use Facebook, and that's another piece of the audience. And then you can say, hey, I'm a creator, and obviously you are probably local to the UK, so you will you can then have a wider audience, maybe on some other platform. eBay. I mean, eBay has expanded so much. I couldn't believe it. I'm actually going to be selling my books on eBay, which it's the last place I would look, because that was type of platform that you would sell something to if you want to get rid of something, or somebody's.
Yeah, it's changed so much now, hasn't it?
It has changed so much. So my Donna, my puzzle lady, she creates personalized puzzles. So she takes your photo, she puts it on a puzzle, she prints it out, she makes all the puzzle pieces, and then she sends it to you. So she's a crafter as well. I've got a soap lady, and so she creates the soap. It's versatile, and you can actually. So if you have a Shopify store as well, you have the opportunity to sell, for instance, different. So Anita, you want to sell the I don't know if you get them on there, but you want to sell the pineapple mugs. So you connect to a drop shipper through Shopify that actually has the mugs, and then you don't have to carry an inventory. You don't have to have boxes of pineapple mugs that nobody wants, right? So
what do you mean nobody wants my pineapple mugs? Of course they want my pineapple mugs. Everybody wants to splash their pineapple essence across the world.
I would want a pineapple mug.
Yeah, I've got super girls to go on my pineapple mugs as well.
Right? So, and Gabe was saying about his live streaming. You could be selling hats and T-shirts and stuff.
Yeah, exactly. So that's it. That's we've been talking about this question as well, which is great. Yeah. Yes, exactly. So I'm going to bring my. Oh look, we've gone up. Look at that. How do I do that?
I have no idea.
I want to try and make it a bit bigger. Hang on, let me do this. Oh, I know. Hang on, my background's on. Hang on, let me just turn my graphic off. That's why. Hang on a minute.
Because we're in two boxes.
Clever. Hang on. I just need to turn that off.
Melanie says she wants a pineapple mug.
Oh, does she? That's super
Yes.
cool. I'm going to hide these. Okay, so here we are. So let's go to the side. And I'm going to take this. So this is an example of a Instagram account with a shop. So this is Mel. She's actually on the live with us, which is great. And I want to show you like what I mean by the shopping. So here we are on Melanie's account. And here you see it says view shop. So when I click on the view shop button, all of Melanie's great soaps that she creates are here, and you can see all of them. So like the carrot, ginger and orange soap. So if I click view product, it's going to open it up, and as you can see the product, you can see all of the information, and you can message her as well if you want to. Now when I click view on website, it doesn't actually take me out of the app, like it doesn't close it down and I don't have to go to a different page. It's like it opens it up like seamlessly in there.
Yeah.
And it also takes me direct to the page where the product is. And then I can see the price, the ingredients, and I can add to cart and I'm away. And I can also see all the other products in there. And you can see that it's all there and you've got everything there. So that's like one way that you can actually use Instagram as a creator. But I want to show you this other thing as well, where what we've done here, I'll just find this one, is that you can see down the bottom there's this little shopping icon. So what's happened is that Melanie's actually tagged her products in here, and when I click on that, it's going to bring up the soap that she's got on that picture. So when you look at the photos, you've got like a couple of different items on here. So she's actually tagged the items that are in the picture, and I can click on it and I can see, oh look, they've got that nice green one. Let me click that one. And again, it lets me go straight to it, view on the website. And if I wanted to, I just go along and I can add it to cart. And it actually allows me then to go to checkout, and I can actually then just put everything in here like I would normally do. And it all happens whilst I'm still officially inside of Instagram. So I'm still in Instagram. I can fill all that information out. And once I finish, I can just close it down and I'm back into the area where I was, and I can carry on just looking through my Instagram account like I would normally do, which is something that I really wanted to show everybody, because that's what the integration of Instagram and Instagram shopping works with Shopify. So Shopify works and Instagram works.
Same.
So I really wanted to show you that, because that's the example of how easy it is to use Instagram shopping in that sort of format. So that's quite good. And
also they don't go anywhere. They still stay in the same window, and they immediately go back to where they were before, so they don't lose that connection with Instagram. And that's what you want. You don't want people to actually click a link and then hopping totally off, and then they can't get back, right?
No, that's right. And that integration has happened because what's happened is that you have to have a shop in Facebook first. You have to set the shop up, because what happens in Facebook is that you've got your Facebook business page and you set up your e-commerce shop in there. And then inside of there, when you've told them that you're using Shopify or another approved like e-commerce platform, it makes it easier, because then you don't have to go into your website and post bits of code in and all this sort of stuff. So it makes it really easy. So you do all of that, and then what you do is you then can actually tick the box to say, yes, I want Instagram shopping as well. And then you can sell on both platforms, which is super, super cool.
So just mentioning on the Shopify side is you actually connect with Facebook and Instagram through Shopify. It gets approved by Facebook and Instagram, and separately, it gets approved separately. And then that's it. That's all you have. And then what they've also integrated is you now can do your ads through Facebook ads through Shopify as well. Obviously, it goes onto the Facebook platform and the marketing side. So they've added all these other options of really, really connecting the dots. I like saying that. Connecting the dots through Shopify.
Everybody's going to be saying that, connecting the dots, because that's what we're doing. We're connecting the dots. That's what we're doing. And it's super important to have those dots connected, because if you don't have the dots connected, then you drop people off your flow. And that's where you then get stuck, because then you get frustrated because you're not selling, and then you get frustrated because things aren't working. And that's why having your digital dots connected is super, super important. So we've been rabbiting for quite a while, actually, nearly 45 minutes. So I'm just going to see if there's any questions. Yeah, we have. It's my 6:15. So we started at past. So nearly 45 minutes we've been talking about Instagram shopping and Shopify, and it's been an absolutely amazing live stream. So if anyone's got any questions, then do drop them in here. And while I'm waiting for any questions, how can people learn about Shopify from you, Veronica? So tell us about your book.
Oh, yes. I don't have a book on me. I actually have a new book.
Yeah, tell us about that, because the planner and things. Yeah, show us that.
So first I have the Shopify book, which is step for step, literally a step for step book that you buy and go through, and I take you from registering your domain name, where to register your domain name, what a good idea is, and all my information and advice and tips in how to set up your Shopify store. And somebody said she uses it as her Shopify Bible, because she can go back to it all the time and realize, okay, I haven't set this up. This is what I need to do. With that, I created a workbook, so you can check it off, everything that you need to do, and make note of what you have in your Shopify store. But sometimes it's like, where did I find this again? And what did I do? Because there is always, in any of the shopping platforms, there's so much information that you have to add that you tend to forget, right? And then is this a new book, a new edition? It is the 2021 edition, and so I'm going to be publishing the 2022 edition in January.
Oh,
yes.
Okay.
Yeah, all the new stuff. So there is so much that's happened since COVID, and so I had an update since then. But yeah, I mean, so much happened this year even that I have to start adding to the book. But the book is basically still the same, still it stays the same. All the basics stay the same. And then somebody said to me, "Hey, I need a plan how to connect the dots." So I connect the dots. Anita Wong says you got to connect the dots, and so I created an e-commerce planner, and literally inside I show you how to create your goals, and also so on the monthly system is, you've got to do your blog, you've got to do your email, what your headings are. So everything is in one page, and then on a daily basis, what you need to do on social to connect the dots.
Yeah, good. I've just put the link I've just put it into the chat. So here it is. This is on Veronica's website. So if you go to her website and look up books, the planner is there, and you can access it there, which is awesome. Yeah. So you can buy it there, and I presume it links up.
And also all my books are on my website. And then
that's what
I literally do is I get the order on Shopify. I am not connected to Amazon yet, but I actually order your book on Amazon, and it comes from Amazon because it gets printed. And if you're in the UK, it actually gets printed in the UK. I had an order from, yes, I know, right? I had an order from Australia, and I thought, how am I going to get this book to Australia? And it's going to cost this guy $50. And so I popped it on Amazon, and they now print the books in Australia as well.
Oh, that's super cool, isn't it?
Like $5, so you do get the shipping back.
Yeah, that's really, really good. That's really good. Yeah. Okay, so that's really good. So yeah, you can buy Veronica's book. So buy the planner, the workbook, because it helps you with all your your posting, your social media, and all those sorts of things as well. And it helps you connect those digital dots. And then, if you get stuck, go ahead and grab her book out of Amazon, or actually go to her website, veronicajeans.com, and I'll put the link up again here. There it is. There it's in the chat. So if you go to the chat, it will show up on where's it going to show up? It shows up on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, so you'll be able to access that and have a little look. So thank you so much for joining us today. I'm going to wrap it up. If you want to carry on this conversation, Veronica and I will be in Twitter Spaces in an hour and 15 minutes. So we're going to have a bit of time to rest our voices, go and grab maybe a snack,
cup of tea,
and we're going to come in there and we're going to have a chat. So if you want to ask us any questions about selling on Instagram, about using Shopify, it can be an open e-commerce. You know, I can talk to you about WooCommerce a little bit as well if you want to. But, you know, if you want to talk about connecting the digital dots anywhere. So selling deliverable products through Instagram is really, really super cool. And if you want to try and sell digital products, you can do that through Shopify itself or WooCommerce, you know, so you have to have that base of your own, because then you can advertise and talk about the digital products on your social, but you drive them to your website, whether that's a WordPress, Shopify, a course platform, you know, whatever website it is, and that's how you can sell your digital products. So it's been super, super cool. So
yes, this is cool. This was awesome. Yeah, it's a huge subject. I mean, we can go on about it all day with all the questions, but thanks everybody for asking the questions and made it so much more interesting.
Yeah,
and I hope really that awesome. You got something out of this. Yeah. Any questions? And if you watch us afterwards, if you have any questions, we'll come back and answer them. Or Anita will tell me to come back to hers and answer them. But we will be here to help you. This is what we do.
Yeah, perfect. So thank you everybody for joining us, and thanks for hanging around for so long. And if you want to come and ask us in person, sort of, come and find us on Twitter Spaces at the UK time of 7:30, which is in where you are, Veronica, is an hour and a half time. So it'll be half
past one.
Half past one.
Yeah.
Past one. Go to Twitter and go to my account, which is Anita @_Anita_1, or look up Veronica's account, which is the Shopify Queen, I believe, on Twitter. And you'll see that the Twitter space will be pinned to the top of my account, and you can just click start listening, and then you can come in. It's a bit like Clubhouse, but it's not Clubhouse, it's on Twitter instead. Okay, thank you so much, Veronica, for joining me today, and I will see you all soon.
Bye.
Bye.